And as you said, it's not just UP, it happens in Kerala, it happens in Delhi, it happens all over India. In fact, rape cases are up in the last 40 years. The incidence of rape are up 850%. So as we talk about female literacy, we talk about female empowerment, that's the reality on the ground. Well, joining me tonight on that debate as we look at whether the laws need to change. I mean, because obviously what we're currently doing isn't working. Joining me is Nandita Das, activist and actor, director, somebody who feels very strongly on these women's issues. Also joining me is Rooprekha Verma, ex-Vice Chancellor of Lucknow University. And with me in studio is Pinky Anand, a Supreme Court advocate, deals with crime against women every day in her practice. Nandita Das, when we talk about statistics, do we actually forget the individual stories behind these horrific figures? Is that the issue, that rape somehow seems to have become a political weapon, it seems to have become a rhetorical point, but no one looks at the destruction of lives?
Absolutely. I think it just becomes statistics. Of course, 8 is a big number in 48 hours, but the fact they are being at least reported, because as we know, the statistics of how many cases actually get reported is probably 1 in 70. So, every time there's a rape case that is reported, that 69 women have probably suffered it and we don't even know about it. So instead of politicizing it, I think it's really an issue that we need to think about. We are talking so much about anti-corruption campaign. People are coming to the streets. It seems to grab the whole country. So when loss of money and, giving bribes is such a big thing, then how can loss of dignity and, women's issues, and these are not just issues, these are, like you said, real life stories. These are people, these are human beings who are being raped, killed. So I think, why isn't the whole country coming onto the streets now? So I really think that if each of these stories were really taken in depth, if such an incident had happened on a Bombay street of an affluent person, I'm sure you all would have followed it much more closely and it would have gone on for weeks. Now we want to see whether you and other channels and the media is going to follow each case and make sure that it's not enough to just make us all aware of what's going on, but to actually bring it to a logical
its conclusion. And just as I said, just to humanize it, the story, the latest story, in fact, was the story which happened in Bagpat. The daughter of a CRPF Jawan, apparently raped last night by young boys. She went home, traumatized, frightened of the stigma, hung herself this morning. She's dead. And again, that point, Rooprekha Verma, if I can bring you in here, again, the father claims that the police refused to first register the case. The police were being bribed by the other side. Now, in Uttar Pradesh, is the issue that these figures which are coming out may be less than the actual problem, because so often the police are on the side of the men charged with the crime?
What's not being mentioned and noticed is that it's not only the cases of rape, but the women, the girls who are trying to escape rape, they are being damaged. There have been some cases, about 12 or 13 cases in 6 months, in which the young girls tried to come out of the clutches of the rapists, and in revenge the rapists cut off the different parts of their bodies. One girl lost the nose and the ears, one girl lost the fingers.
That tragic case of the young girl who was blinded.
Blinded.
Yes.
See, what's happening is that these criminals are running the state on their conditions. They are so fearless now that they think that they can put the conditions that either allow them to rape, or else they will damage the body of the girl. So this is more serious, and the worrisome thing is that the government is taking the cases as routine cases.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone, fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.